According to the Federal Reserve, Americans owe over $1.6 trillion in auto loans right now. That's trillion with a T, and it's not just a number. It's a warning siren for your financial freedom. If you're in your 20s or 30s, this single monthly expense could delay your first $100,000 in investments by an entire decade. Most people think it is their rent, tuition, or splurges holding them back. But what if the real wealth killer is sitting quietly in your driveway, draining $745 from your bank account every single month? Today I'll break down the numbers, and trust me, once you see the math, you'll never view that shiny car the same way again. Stay with me, because one simple mindset shift by the end of this video could put you on track to retire years earlier. Welcome back to Money Masters. I'm John, and this is where we expose the hidden enemies of your financial future so you can build real wealth, not just survive the paycheck cycle. Today, I'm revealing the #1 lifestyle expense that's quietly eating the future right out of your bank account, your car. If you've ever felt trapped by monthly payments or wondered where your money disappears every month, you're in the right place. First off, if you've ever felt trapped in your car payment cycle, drop a never again in the comments. Trust me. You are not alone, and you'll see why in a moment. Let's jump in. Act 1. The shocking truth behind car payments. Picture this. You're standing in your driveway, staring at the gleaming car that's supposed to symbolize freedom and success. But that badge on the hood might as well say, Wealth Destroyer. Here's the reality. Americans currently owe more than $1.6 trillion in auto loans. According to the Federal Reserve's latest report, that's more than the GDP of most countries. Nearly 108 million active auto loans are out there, which means about 1 in every 3 Americans is making car payments month after month. The numbers get more staggering. The average new vehicle payment has skyrocketed to $745 per month, and $521 per month if you buy used. That $745 isn't just a monthly line item. It's more than some folks spend on rent, and these aren't short-term obligations. The average term for a new car loan is now nearly 69 months, almost 6 years. Why does this matter for your future net worth? Because for 6 years straight, you're paying for something that loses value every time you drive it. It's almost like signing up for a gym where the more you go, the weaker you get. Let's zoom in on Generation Z for a second. On average, they're spending about 20% of their after-tax income just on vehicle costs. Financial experts recommend spending no more than that on housing. That means many Americans are literally spending as much to drive as to live. Stop for a second and think. How much of your income is going to your car? Go ahead and drop your current monthly transportation cost in the comments. Let's see where everyone stands. Here comes a curiosity loop. What does all that spending actually cost you over a lifetime? Stay tuned a couple minutes, I'll walk through a jaw-dropping opportunity cost calculation that nearly nobody factors into their car buying decision. But first, let's break down the real cost of driving. Because the monthly payment is just the tip of the iceberg. Act 2. The true cost of car ownership and why it's a silent wealth tax. According to AAA's latest data, the total yearly cost just to own and operate a new vehicle exceeds $12,000. That comes out to over $1,000 per month when you tally up everything. Payments, gas, insurance, maintenance, and surprise repairs. The average American spends about $2,235 annually just on fuel insurance. Most folks pay anywhere from $2,100 to $2,700 a year. Maintenance and repairs figure on about $126 a month for a new car. That's if nothing major goes sideways, and inevitably things do go sideways. An $800 repair here, a battery or transmission there. So every time you think I've got my budget under control, your car has a way of reminding you otherwise. Every single dollar you spend on your car, gone forever. It's not building any equity, generating returns. or increasing your net worth. In fact, it's the opposite. You're pouring money into what I call the automotive black hole, and you'll never see it again. Let's hit our first pattern break. Imagine a live chart or spreadsheet visual showing how these costs add up, year after year. That $1,000 per month could have been working for you. Instead, it's working for the bank. Now let's add in the silent, underappreciated killer. Depreciation. The value of your new car drops up to 20% the instant you drive it off the lot. You haven't even had dinner with it yet and you've lost thousands. After a year, your car's worth about 20% less. After 5 years, up to 60% gone. That $50,000 car is likely worth only $20,000 after 5 years. That's an average $5,000 in lost value every single year, the first 5. Here are some mind benders from the Depreciation Hall of Fame. A Maserati Quattroporte has a 5-year depreciation rate of 64.5%, which averages over $90,000 in lost value. The Cadillac Escalade ESV, $63,885 lost in 5 years. Even a hybrid like the BMW 5 Series drops nearly $38,000 in that same time. These aren't just numbers. This is money that could have gone to your investments, your emergency fund, or your actual goals. Now, here's what most people miss. The opportunity cost is where the pain really amplifies. Every dollar sunk into your car is a dollar you're not investing elsewhere. In stocks, bonds, real estate, or businesses that could grow your wealth instead of erasing it. Curiosity loop. But just how much are you really giving up over a lifetime? The math may blow your mind. We'll hit that calculation in just a minute. But before we do a quick checkpoint, what's the oldest or cheapest car you've ever proudly driven? If you're already beating the car trap, share your story in the comments below. This is the community to celebrate wealth wins, not just shiny things. Act 3. Opportunity cost calculation. How your car payments devour your millionaire future. Let's run the numbers. Say you choose a Toyota Corolla for $27,000 for 5 years of ownership. Instead of splurging $118,000 on a Range Rover over the same time, the obvious difference is $91,000. But the hidden cost, that $91,000 invested at a conservative 6% return for 30 years, would be over $521,000. That's more than $500,000 sacrificed for the sake of luxury. That's not even counting driving cycles. Because the typical American buys more than one car in a lifetime. Most follow the pattern. Buy a new car every 5 years, repeating the same mistake over and over, so let's look at lifetime opportunity cost. If you buy a car every 5 years during a 40-year career, you're looking at a missed opportunity of over $1.9 million, based on typical American car buying cycles and compounding at 6% annualized returns. Switch to a more conservative cycle, one car every 10 years, and you still forfeit about $1.5 million. Even stretching ownership to 15 years costs you over $1.3 million in potential portfolio growth. If you want to see this math for your own situation, download my car payment opportunity cost calculator. I'll link it in the description and pin a comment. You'll get custom results based on your numbers to a pattern break. On screen, let's imagine an animation set. A $700 monthly payment vanishing from your checking account, growing over time to $521,000 on a graph, then disappearing. All because it went to your car, not your future. Every car payment you make is a silent tax on your future self. Screenshot that quote and share if it hit home. To ground this in real life, let me share a community story. One of my subscribers was Sarah, drove a paid-off sedan for 12 years. Instead of upgrading every 5 as her peers did, she invested the difference, roughly $6,000 per year, into index funds averaging 7% annually over that period. After just 12 years, she had over $110,000 more than her friend who always drove new, all for enduring a few missing gadgets and some faded paint. That right there is the difference between status and true wealth. Here's a curiosity tease in Act 4. I'll break down the 3 car-buying rules that can flip your path from losing $1.9 million to stacking real wealth, and I'll give you an actionable checklist. But before solutions, let's quickly unpack why we all fall for this trap in the first place. Act 4. The psychology and the escape plan. Behind the car trap. We've been conditioned by decades of auto industry marketing to confuse our self-worth with our vehicles. Every commercial showcases adventure, luxury, and success, never the 6 years of mounting payments or insurance hikes. That's not accidental. They want you fixated on the lifestyle, not the cost. Car companies and dealerships have spent billions training us to crave the latest features, the new models with slightly better gas mileage, the upgraded sound systems, the promise of deserving luxury. Here's what really kills me. People who will research for days to save $150 on the latest smartphone will blindly sign $60,000 in auto loan contracts with barely a glance at the interest, the term, or the total lifetime cost. And the auto lending industry, they've made it even easier to spend badly. 0% financing, extended loans, fancy lease deals, gap insurance, and endless trade-in offers. They design everything to focus on the monthly payment, not the total cost. Quick curiosity loop. Think leasing is an escape? Stay tuned, because next I'll reveal the real math on leasing and why it's the most brilliant and costly trap of all. Leasing feels great. New car, lower monthly payment, upgrade options, but you're renting a depreciating asset. When it's over, you own nothing and the cycle restarts. No equity, only recurring costs. Imagine a landlord charging you rent for an apartment, but you always have to move out before you build any ownership or value in the property. That's car leasing, and the system's built to funnel you right back into a new deal every 3 years, promising more features for just $50 more per month. Dealers will roll negative equity from your last loan into your new one, making you even more upside down. Let's pause for another pattern interrupt. Imagine an on-screen chart showing loan balances rising year after year, even as your car's value plummets. That's modern adulting. And here's a scenario every car buyer fears. You lose your job. You still owe $47,000 on a car worth $28,000. Stop making payments. Your car's repossessed, your credit's slammed, and you could still owe thousands. Or you get divorced. Or life throws you a curveball, you're financially handcuffed by a depreciating asset and decades of marketing manipulation. This payment follows you wherever you go, limiting your options and your freedom. And the car payment you drive today is the million you never invest. If that resonates, share it or write it down. Let's break this cycle. Now let's get really practical. Here are my 3 car-buying rules that have helped my community members build real wealth. 1. Buy used, reliable, and affordable. Skip new unless your net worth is already well into the 6 figures and the car won't move your financial needle. For most, a 5 to 7-year-old well-maintained Toyota, Honda, or similar brand is the wealth builder's car. 2. Make payments to your investment account, not the dealership. Once you're debt-free on your car, set up an auto transfer for what you would pay monthly, $400, $500, $700 straight to your investment or high-yield savings account. That money will grow, not shrink. 3. Keep it for at least 10 years, or longer. The average modern car is easily good for 200,000 miles with routine care. The longer you keep it, the less you forfeit to depreciation and opportunity cost. Let's cement these steps with a micro case. Mike, another Money Masters viewer, replaced his 5-year trade-in habit with a 10-year hold. His monthly car expenses dropped by 40%. Fast forward a decade, and the $350 per month he invested instead of paying the bank compounded to $58,000. Enough for a healthy emergency fund and a huge head start on a down payment. Here's an instant action item. Open up your banking app and check your monthly car expenses. Multiply by 12 for the year. Then run that for 30 years with a 6% return in an investment calculator. I recommend Personal Capital or the Money Masters calculator linked below. What's that number? Now imagine how your financial life would look if you claimed even half of that back. Before we wrap, hit subscribe if you want more strategies to turn everyday spending into long-term wealth. And share this video with someone who's drowning in the car payment trap, Real quick, let's address some common objections. Safety. Modern cars. Yes, even ones 10 years old, are far safer than anything you grew up with. Fuel efficiency. The difference between, say, a 2018 and a 2024 Honda Accord gets you maybe 3 extra miles per gallon. That's $300 a year in fuel savings against a $400 per month higher payment reliability. A well-maintained used Camry at $15,000 cash can run every bit as well as a $35,000 loan-bought model. And about status, Warren Buffett drove the same Cadillac for 8 years. Mark Cuban daily drove a 1999 BMW long after billionaire status. They know wealth isn't in the driveway, it's compounding in your brokerage account. Act 5. The true freedom of breaking the cycle, and your next steps. Here's what nobody talks about. The psychological impact of not having a car payment is almost as powerful as the financial one. Without that bill, you can take career risks, invest more, sleep better, even pivot jobs or locations without being handcuffed to 6 years of debt When your car serves your goals, not your ego, you create real options, true financial flexibility. I'm not saying you need to ride a bike everywhere or never enjoy a good car. I'm saying, let the car serve you, not enslave you. Treat every dollar as the seed of your next freedom purchase. Time, independence, and peace of mind. The next time you're sitting at the dealership and they pitch you that premium package, moonroof, or extra leather, remember, every $7,000 you add to your loan isn't just the payment. It's what that sum could become with decades of growth. When you drive home in that affordable, paid-off, reliable car, your future millionaire self is thanking you. Download my free car payment opportunity cost calculator for a personalized breakdown of how much you could save and invest over 5, 10, 30 years by ditching payment cycles. It's linked in the video description and pinned comment. Your path to financial freedom starts with your next car decision. If this made you think twice about your next car, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment your biggest car-related regret or success story. Let's help each other break the cycle and build wealth together. Let's wrap with a lightning action summary. Today, we uncovered that your car, if mishandled, isn't just transportation. It's a silent, wealth-devouring machine. Americans face a $1.6 trillion auto loan mountain, and the average payment $745 per month for new cars. $521 for used can devastate your lifetime savings through hidden costs and relentless depreciation. We exposed how that $700 per month could become over $521,000 in 30 years if invested, and uncovered the 3 car buying rules for breaking free from the cycle. Buy used and reliable, invest what you'd otherwise pay monthly, and hold your car for a decade or more. Here's what to do next. First, total your actual annual car expenses. Then use my free car payment opportunity cost calculator, linked below. See your lost opportunity in black and white, and compare how you could shift the next 5, 10, or even 30 years of car money to wealth money. For this week, set up an automatic investment equal to your car payment if your car is paid off, or as soon as you reach that point, in the next 30 days. Research reliable, affordable vehicles on resources like Consumer Reports and KBBcom. Run the numbers to see what samate kind of car you can own outright or with minimal financing in the next 6 to 12 months. So track the growth of your investments versus what past year's car payments would have cost you, and watch your financial options expand. Results won't come overnight, but every month you keep your payment money working for you, you're compounding toward a freer, wealthier future. For most, you'll see progress as soon as you've built your first $5,000 or $10,000 buffer, a milestone many reach just by holding a paid-off car for a couple of years. And remember, every future purchase is a new chance to either build wealth or start the payment cycle over. If you're ready to see exactly how much your current or next car impacts your future, download my free car payment opportunity cost calculator from the video description or pinned comment. Subscribe for more ways to turn everyday expenses into freedom, like this one. Share this with a friend or family member still trapped by the car payment cycle. Help them escape with you. Finally, drop a comment below with your #1 car question or biggest car payment regret. I answer as many as I can, and your story could inspire others. This is Money Masters. I'm John. Keep driving toward wealth on your terms. Remember, all compounding scenarios in this video assume a 6% annual rate and aren't guaranteed results. Always do your own math before making big money decisions.